Welcome everyone to Delaware Speedway for race number 11. Patrick Mew is sitting on the pole for today's race.
Drivers, start your engines!
And there's the race command. Alright, engines are fired up. We're ready to race. Our second to last race of the season. For some drivers, they're just trying to win. The others are just trying to get a chance at a championship. So this is the race to do it. Sam Oscan has taken the points lead after his second win of the season. Leads by 20 points over David Davison. Christopher Abel dropped to third. He's 29 points back as the pace car pulls in. Getting ready to go green. Here we go. Green flag is out. We're underway. Down to turn one they go. Abraham looks on the inside. They're 3 wide back there. Almost 3 wide. Not a good start for the 27. But coming around turn 4. Oh, Stephen Noakes in the wall. Abel also sideways. We're still green. Oh, not anymore. As the 87, the 47, and the 17 are up against the wall. We're racing it back to the stripe. And the 29 car will take the yellow flag. Alright, caution is out. We'll take a look at the replay. Alright, let's start from here. So we saw the 17 hit the wall. We also see the 74 get into the 27. So that got him out of shape. He just touches the inside wall. And he also catches the 47 car a little bit. But don't think that was the cause of the crash. Maybe, or maybe he was. And look at the 17 of Stephen Noakes upside down for the second time this season. Big hit for Chaco Lightning Blaze. And there's Sam Oskin in the 87, our points leader. Also getting a little bit of airtime. I'm not sure that's going to be enough to take him out of the race. Stephen Noakes enters this race 4th on the points, 36 points back. Now, even though he recovered from that crash, you can see the front end is really damaged. So on board with the 47 of Lightning Blaze. So kind of got a little loose, trying to avoid one of the wrecks, got hit. So it was kind of a shallow entry, but yeah. They were 3 wide, and a hard hit up in the air. And there's Stephen Noakes again, upside down. Let's take a look again. Now we all go on board with the 17. So, yeah, that might be it for Stephen Noakes. Got 1 win this season, the season opener. Seemed pretty strong, and well, he's still top 5 in the points, but yeah, this is going to be a tough one to win. If they're still mathematically eligible, it's gonna be a tough one to win, but it doesn't look likely. Alright, we'll take you back to the restart. Alright, lights are out, getting ready to go green. So Patrick Mew leading the race. He has 1 win this season, but the 2019 has struggled a bit. 12th in the points at the moment. They're 86 points back. A win could project them up into the top 5. Of course, it all depends on where everyone else finishes. So 4 cars are out. The 03 is also out of the race. David Davison, the 2nd place driver. The 87 is also out. So 3 of the top 5 drivers in the points are out of the race. The green flag is out. We're back underway. And what's going on back here? We're jammed up. And I was supposed to restart like that. Even the spectator view just in case they crash. The 29 drifts up the racetrack a bit, and Abraham will take the lead, and he'll lead that lap. This track is similarly shaped to Darlington. Brad Chesson in the 0 on the inside. Johnny Cox is on pit road. They're 3 wide for the race lead. 29 gonna slam his way through and put the 84 on the wall. A little uncalled for right there. Chris Sagno up to 3rd. Here's Carson Manning, 3 wide again. There's Abel in the 74. Now they're back to side by side. The 24 car crawling properly. Had a good run at Drew Casa. The 84 is in the wall. They had to check up. They got spun early or late in the race. Cost them a good finish. Wide once again. So Abel can gain quite a bit of points with all his rivals. Most of his rivals are out of the race. He's the only driver in the top 5 who does not have a win. Oh, car upside down. I think that's Max Anderson in the 66. Or was it Riley Sampson? Might have been, actually. Brad Chesson leads. Let's take a look at the replay. Alright, so Riley Sampson in the 39 car. There's Colin Jones, and there's Johnny Cox in the 37. Looks like he tried to clear, and massive hit for both drivers, and Riley Sampson goes tumbling down the back straightaway. And he also gets hit by Connor Breen, another potential contender, who gets caught up and all out damage. Riley Sampson's still able to drive. I don't know how. Let's go on board with the 37 here. Yeah, tried to clear coming off turn 2, and huge hit into that wall. So it's a pretty big flip. No smoke coming out of that thing. So he might be in good shape. And he just keeps on going. That was a really quick recovery. Let's take a look at the onboard with Connor Breen in the 36. I think a lot of them were serving pass-through penalties. I don't know what they were doing back there. And look how high the 39 car went. Luckily he didn't land on the roof. If he did, that would have been probably a much different story right there. Let's just rewind this. Yeah, it was a huge hit to the wall, but it wasn't directly head-on. And luckily, yeah, he did not land on his roof. Because if he slammed back onto the track like that, yeah, he might be out of this one. But yeah, so before we take you back, I want to see what happened to the 03. Why is he out of this race? Did he crash under yellow, or is there another crash? Okay, it looks like a stack up. Are they stacking up? Most likely, but we'll take a look at it anyways. Oh no, they had their own little wreck coming to the yellow. 88 and 1 got together. Just when it crossed the line, hits the inside wall. The one car also with damage. He also backs it in, but it was enough to take him out. Sometimes that's all it takes. So costly there for the 03. Well, now take you back to the restart. Alright, getting ready to go green here. The 37 about to get the wave around. Gotta move fast. I was late on this one. So that will leave us with 4 cars. Well, a lap down or more. Alright, getting ready for the restart. Brad Chesson in the 0. Out in front. These cars off. Here we go. Green flags out, back underway. Still green here, side by side. Carson Manning entering the top 3. Chris Sangan dropping back to 4th, even further because he goes way up the track and out of the groove. And that'll cost him a couple spots. No car in the wall back there, kind of, Max Anderson, but we're still green. The 3 car, KCH. Any issues? Really slow down here. He's coming down pit road. And yeah, Riley Sampson's still out there. Halfway to the checkered flag. About to get past halfway now. Brad Chesson in the 0 leading this race. He's 9th in the points. He's gotta win. Sort of in a must-win situation. Put themselves in position. Yeah, this is gonna be huge in the points. So the 87er points leader is going to finish 22nd in this race. Oaks and Davison also out a spot. They were 2 spots ahead. Obviously not enough. Puts them closer, but yeah, obviously that's not enough right there. A lot of battles going on back here. Here's the 74. a driver to look out for. He's hanging around in the top 10. Probably going to need more spots than that. Yeah, quite a bit of damage here, but he's still hanging on as best he can. He's still making passes. They're side by side here. Might get another one. Pretty nice lead for Brad Chesson, now 0.8 of a second ahead of Carson Manning. Looks like this is our longest green flag run. Gained quite a bit that time. 0.6 behind. Manning is closing in. Carson Manning currently 22nd. Second last in the points. Yeah, they're going to end it off. Try to end it off on a high note. Try to get a win. One top 5 to his name. He's the first driver to flip over this season. Catching up in that 37 car. We're getting close to the tail end here. 14 cars on the lead lap. Carson Manning slid up there in turn 4. That'll cost him a bit of time. We'll see how, if the leaders catch up, see how they're going to deal with those guys. Yeah, they're closing in quick. Unless, of course, we get a yellow, then yeah, that'll change things up. There's Carson Manning again, a little too high off the turn. And he's back to 0.8 of a second here. That's really high up the track. Oh, hit the wall that time. Allows the 29 to close in a bit. Now let's see how Brad Chesson's going to handle these tail end for the lead lappers. This might help the others. Quickly down to the inside. Johnny Cox cuts him off. Trying to stay on the lead lap. Boom, little bump. Tiny little bump. Just sending a small message. He didn't appreciate that. Well, he has every right to race the leader, though. They also they put Ryan Butcher down a lap. And now going to put Riley Sampson now 3 laps down, it looks like. Woo. Way up the track, a little bit of contact. They're trying to push him out of the way. And now the 53, who I already think is already down 3 laps, now down 4 laps, and Brad Chesson got through all 4 of them pretty easily. Just a little bit of bumping and banging, but that's it. I don't think he's going to have enough time to catch those 2. Well, that didn't turn out well for these guys. They thought there was going to be going to hold him up, but yeah, didn't really hold him up at all. So it'll be a fight for second. You're looking low. Approaching the 2 laps to go. Looking down low here. Careful, trying not to wreck. Gonna take the spectator cam just in case the caution comes out. And Brad Chesson is going to take the white flag. 1 more lap to go. Over a 2-second lead. He's got this in the bag. Be a fight for second and on back. More to lead lappers catching him. And Brad Chesson will take it here at Delaware Speedway. That was a pretty clean second half of the race. Didn't think they were going to go green all the way. Thought we're going to have at least one more caution. But no. So big win here for the 0 for Brad Cheston. Be interesting to see where he is in the standings after this. But let's take a look at the full race results. Alright, take a look here. Brad Cheston, the winner. Patrick Mee was able to take second there at the end. Carson Manning was closing in a bit, but he fell back, made a couple of mistakes, and then the lap cars really hurt him, but still comes home third. Dylan Eberheim getting fourth, Cole Colby fifth, Mitchell Hodak sixth, Colin Croppley seventh, Cole Sampson eighth, Blaze Ebertar ninth, and Christopher Abel finishing 10th. Probably not the best top 10 that they wanted, but that is his 9th of the season. 19 cars finished the race, 13 on the lead lap. A total of 4 cars have crashed out, and all from the same caution. We had some pretty big ones after that. Riley Sampson flipping over, but still finishes the race 16th, 2 laps down. Yeah, well, he didn't hit the wall that hard or he made any heavy contact. But yep, Sam Can, Stephen Oakes, and David Davison, the big 3 right there. Or, well, one of the big, or the big names, I guess. Yeah, this is definitely going to take a big hit in the points. So, and with Brad Chester winning this race and Abel with finishing 10th and a few others, Blaze Patar also finishing in the top 10. Who else am I missing? Well, Alexander Rowe, Connor Breeden. Oh, they had a poor finish though. Rowe 18th, Breeden 15th. But anyways, one more race to go. And it's going to be at the Toronto Speedway, a fictionalized version of Toronto, which is just a Dover Motor Speedway reskin, but still a pretty fun racetrack. All right, we'll take you to Victory Lane.